Welcome to Stephen King Saturday. Moving on to the episode, The Fifth Quarter. This was another episode that was like, it ended, and I was just like, oh.
I don't even understand.
That's it?
Like, the ending was so abrupt.
It's not, there's nothing to understand. It's just, like, basic. Like,
Yeah.
it's just kind of like, it's like the most check-boxy episode I've seen in a while, where it's kind of like, I gotta do this thing. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna go do this thing. I did this thing. The end. Like, it feels like a 1940s movie or something, where it, like, you know how like in nowadays movies take 3 hours to end.
Yeah.
Back in the day, as soon as the guy like pressed the button to stop the bomb or whatever, the credits rolled.
Yeah.
They're just like the end, and you're like, that's the end? Oh, yeah. Okay, we're done. Walk it out.
This was, when I said I don't understand, it wasn't that I didn't understand the ending. Of course I do. But it just felt like there could have been so much more to happen.
Yeah.
And it was over so fast.
Yeah.
And I know it's an episode, but it just was like, oh, okay, that's like very anticlimactic, very abrupt. Yeah.
For sure. So, okay. What this episode is about, obviously we're talking spoilers. So Jeremy Sisto is our main character here. He's been in prison for a little while. He gets out, and his wife, who kind of reminds me of Tracy Lords, from the Tommy Knockers, and
I could see that, I guess.
So, anyways, she has been waiting for him for 7 years.
Yes,
right?
7 years.
He went to prison, and now he's home, and they have a kid together. And when he comes home, we find out that she was screwing his ex-cellmate, which doesn't end up being that big of a deal. He kind of is just like, don't blame her. She was just being nice to me and having pity on me. And I found all that to be fine. That's fine.
Sure.
I don't know. It's just, it's kind of like, there's this map and we got to get the money. Mm-hmm. And then he's like, okay. And he goes out and he talks to the guys who have the other parts of the map, and he like kills them, or they kill each other. And then he gives the map to her, the cops take him away, and she goes to her work and finds the money, and it ends.
Yeah, it was so quick.
There's nothing to talk about.
That's all there is. I know, like, there's no, like, supernatural thing. There's no, like... Intrigue and mystery. There's nothing which is weird, because I'm like... I'm very curious about what the actual short story is like. Like, if it's just this verbatim. I mean, I'm sure it's not verbatim, because obviously King has, like, a way of writing stuff that makes it interesting.
Sure.
But, I don't know. I just think that if the story is just this... I don't know. I don't know that this is one that needs to be adapted, I guess, because, like, you know, I guess the fun of it is that the treasure is hidden in an actual treasure chest, right? Like, that's supposed to be something, and it's fine, but it just, I don't know.
I do want to point out that he was away for 7 years. He comes home, they have sex, and she seems like disappointed. It's like, now it could be she feels guilt because she banged his friend, which is what I'm guessing. But like, when I first initially saw it, I'm like, bro, you expect this guy to last more than 1 second coming out of prison after 7 years of not getting anything?
I thought that she was, I thought that she was guilty feeling, but like finding out later, of course. And then I think that she also, because she's kind of just like, doesn't feel connected to him.
Anymore,
So it was like, I have to have sex with you because it's been 7 years since you've been with a woman, but like, I don't really want to. Because like, she immediately gets up and wants to go check on her kid.
Which she doesn't do. She just kind of walks in the hall and she's like, all right.
Well, they're in a trailer.
I get that,
so
but
she just like looks in the door.
It's the quickest check. It was just an excuse to get out of the room. Yeah, 100%. Which is fine. That is what it is.
Yeah.
So I'm fine with that. I just, dude, if I'm in prison for 7 years and I get out, I'm lasting less than a second.
Yeah.
Somehow negative time.
Yeah.
Negative, like, 5 seconds.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. You're like prepping yourself. Like, all right, if Jason goes away if I go away for 7 days, I'm going negative 2 seconds. So 7 years, forget it. And I think, the thing that this always makes me think of, anytime I see stories like this, where people are killing each other for parts of a map and this and that, is just that the way humans have systems set up is just so terrible. Because, like, we're all willing to, like, kill each other over paper that we gave a value to. That we just... the lengths people will go to because they feel like they aren't, you know, they never got a fair shake, or they you know, have to live in poverty or whatever. Like, I don't know, man. I really just wonder what rich people think about. I really just, that always baffles my mind. Like, what I'm sure rich people still have problems, right?
Yeah,
like, it's not, you can't buy away all problems with money, but most problems,
sure,
because I'm going to tell you right now, 99% of my problems are money related.
Sure.
And so if you gave me money, maybe some more problems would come with it.
Yeah.
I can't think of many, but I'm sure maybe some of them come, but they just wouldn't be as bad as what I'm dealing with currently, for sure. Yeah. So maybe because I haven't had money, and I'm not an idiot who would blow my money in 2 seconds, of guys that, like, win the lottery and blow it in, like, 5 fucking years or year or something. Those people are morons.
Yes.
I would never lose the money, I guarantee it. I've even talked to people who are like, I wouldn't even want to win the lottery because it's like a curse. People lose their money right after, because they're morons who don't know how to invest, who don't know how to put things away, who don't know anything about... It doesn't matter. Don't get me started. I'm just saying, when I watch stuff like this where people will do literally anything for money, it's just sad to me.
Yeah.
That's all I think about. I just think about how we're raised and how we're conditioned in society to just value money, to value monetary wealth gain over human life, over each other's morality and you know, the value of a human being.
Yeah.
It just is so disgusting to me that so many of us are conditioned to believe that this guy over here is worth less than this, you know, certain amount of numbers on a screen or you know, numbers printed onto a bill, because that thing can bring you more happiness than that guy's life is worth. It's disgusting, and I absolutely loathe thinking about the fact that we as people have deluded ourselves into believing that that's okay. So anyway, that's just the kind of shit that I think about when I see this kind of stuff. And kudos to the guy in this for burying Barney flat. This is something I gripe about in movies all the time. When they bury someone and they leave this, like, big mound, they might as well leave a fucking neon sign pointing to "body buried here." Right. Like,
he flattened it out.
He flattened it straight where it looked just like the regular earth would, untouched. Why in movies, and I get it, it's a visual thing to represent that there's a body buried there, and it's like for us to know, but all you have to do is pat the shovel on the ground and it sends the same message and doesn't make the person look like a total moron that would have a mound that is clearly a body buried under the ground.
Yeah.
Graves in films actually give me way more grief than they should, right? This is something that I've taken way too seriously for way too long. Like when people dig graves back up and they're perfectly rectangular.
Sure.
And they when they go to, like, hit the coffin, they've always dug out the entirety of the grave, vertically up and horizontally, all the way. They're like taking box. One at a time the whole way down. They do it like corn on the cob. Yeah. Where they're like, then they keep going down and down and down and down, like layer. That's not how fucking people dig.
No, it's
okay? Not. You would hit the thing and then you'd be like, shit, I got five more feet to uncover. Yeah. Now I gotta go down and get this out, whatever. But it's always perfectly rectangular, and then they hit the coffin, and then they kind of spread the thing off, and then they can open the whole thing at once.
Yeah.
I get it, it's visual storytelling and whatever, but it pisses me off, and way more than it should. I have felt way more like annoyance from grave digging in movies than any human ever should.
It is annoying. It's very annoying.
There's just so many stupid ass things with graves in films. So
yeah, you're right, but they don't do it in this one. It's good.
This guy can put his hand on your chest and use it as a lie detector.
Right.
He's like, if you lie, I'll know it. Here, let's see. Do you think that I'm
I'm already dead.
No, I was going to ask you a question and see if you were lying.
I know, but I died.
Do you think I'm the sexiest man that's ever lived? Yeah, see, she won't answer it. And yeah, I mean, at the end, he's just like, self-defense, manslaughter, whatever. I'll be out in 20 years. And she's like, I won't be here.
900.
I got
I know,
3.5 million.
Money now. Yeah, that's like the ending. That's why I was like, wait a minute. Like, he's going to be locked away for so, like, she's going to be gone.
I think she could afford a good attorney.
Maybe that's what it was. Yeah.
Yeah. He's just taking one for the team. The involvement of the kid in this episode is non-existent.
He just, like, has a couple lines.
It's
the
just
only reason
it's
he's
not a
there
factor.
so that he can be like, I want this cereal. And then the cereal is how she finds out what the treasure map is.
I genuinely don't even feel like the kid needs to be in this episode at all.
Yeah.
They might as well not have a kid.
Yeah.
The kid is like made up in their head.
Yeah.
That's how uninvolved this kid is in the episode. So I went off on this tangent about a couple things just to pad the time here. I do feel passionate about the things that I said there, but when it comes to this episode, I feel no passion. I feel nothing that I have any interest in talking about. I felt the villains were super lame and generic stock bullshit.
Yes.
The characters were super cliche.
Yeah.
There's nothing interesting about this episode.
Nope.
There's nothing of value here. There's nothing unique. There's nothing memorable. I already forgot what I'm talking about. I'm done.
Me too.
So that's that. Hopefully the next episode's better.
Hopefully.
But I don't know, man. This series has not been throwing out the gems.
No, it has not.
Not a good one, for sure. So, oh well. But we'll see what the next episode brings. Anything more?
No.
All right, that's it, guys.
Bye.
Bye.